Hi, Miles here and welcome to my last video in 2022. To wrap up the year, I want to take a little bit of a look back and see what I learned from making music this year, and also share that of course with you so you can take something away from that as well. I want to go a little bit on how I approach my creative process, on which things helped me to get better at my creative projects, but also some things that were maybe not so nice and were also affecting my mental health and the learnings I got from that. And without further ado, I would say let's get to 5 things I learned from making music in 2022. Number 1, making music a daily routine in your life changes everything. We all know this. Your schedule is packed and you don't have any time to make music, but then in 2 weeks you have this one Thursday evening where you have some time to finally make music again. You're really looking forward to this day, and then actually when the evening finally comes, you feel uninspired and not have any thoughts on what you could do, don't feel any creativity, and then you end up watching some YouTube videos and maybe doing some other stuff, which leaves you frustrated and not lets you finish any projects this way. That was actually me for a long period of time. And this year I decided to tackle this problem and make music a daily habit of myself. So every day in my working week from Monday till Friday, I schedule about 30 to 60 minutes every day in the morning before I start my day job to make music. Not only to make music, to be fair, I also sometimes use it to work on creative projects like these videos, write some scripts for them, edit them, post-production, stuff like that. And but most of the time it's just free jamming and free music time for myself. And I do that every working day. And since I changed this habit, I'm just making so much more progress on the different projects that I have. I feel more creative, I feel more inspired, and also it really teaches me to get to the synthesizers, get to the machines, and actually get creative with it. And I don't experience that many creative blocks anymore, which also is a big plus. So my key takeaway here is that making music a daily routine and also making room in my life, or more room in my life for making music, was a huge game changer when it comes to staying creative. And that was actually one of the best decisions I made this year, and maybe also something for you to consider. Number 2, collaborating with other artists broadens your horizon. For a very long time I have been making music completely on my own. I have way back I've played in a band, but since I started making music under Kvndra, I've basically just done it on my own. Never really worked together with people, and just finished off songs and worked on my projects completely isolated. And this is something I changed or started to change in 2022 to work more with other artists, and the experience so far has been absolutely amazing. Because the thing is, when you just do all the stuff on your own and you just work on projects completely on your own, you're kind of like in your own bubble and never really get out of that. And since I started to also work with other artists, it really broadens my horizon, because there I realize, okay, some people are doing things in a different way, some people have different approaches on creativity, and then I could think, okay, what are some takeaways from their workflow which I could implement in my workflow and make improvements to my general work. And this is such a huge game changer and really changed everything. And of course, apart from that, it's just a ton of fun to connect with other people, with like-minded people, and to work together on creative projects. It's just, something I can highly recommend to everybody. So my key takeaway here in this point is that in 2023, I definitely want to even dive deeper into collaborations with other artists and work with more people, because the things I learned are so valuable for me, and it's definitely something I want to do more in 2023. Number 3, taking complete breaks from music and social media for a longer period of time. This is actually something I have done for the first time this year. I took a complete break during my honeymoon after my wedding from social media and from music, and I also made a longer video which probably is linked somewhere here. And yeah, it was for me a big game changer. I learned a lot of things, also experienced some things that were not so nice, like that social media algorithms don't really like it when you don't use social media for a longer time. But in the end, it affected my mental health in such a positive way that I would always do it again. The thing is, taking complete breaks can really boost your creativity, because you pull yourself completely out of it and leave your projects behind. And then when you get back to it, you will have a fresh perspective. And this is something I really appreciate and also want to do more in 2023. So my key takeaway here is that I don't listen to any algorithm bullshit anymore and just listen to myself and my inner voice and hear what I really need. And if it's a break, I take it. If it's a break of 2 months, I will take it as well. And this is something that really helps me and also is a little bit relieving, because it reduces pressure I like to put on myself. And yeah, with this thought in mind, I can really work more freely, which of course in the end affects the creativity in a positive way. Number 4, not comparing with others but with yourself instead will make you feel better. I think this is something that does not only relate to music, but to a lot of topics in life, basically. Because I think also due to social media, we are surrounded by famous and very successful people that succeed in so many different ways and are in everything just so much better than we are at our own processes and our own life. It can be creators who have such a packed pipeline with music and with videos coming out, and we admire them for that. But at the same time, it might leave us thinking, why does my music not sound as good as person Y's music? Or why don't I get as many Spotify streams as person Z's music? These are all questions you might ask yourself, and this can be quite frustrating if you always compare yourself to others. But there's a very simple way to avoid that. Try not to compare yourself to others, but compare yourself to basically an older version of yourself. Let me quickly explain what that means. Since a couple of months, I really try to look back every week and see what I have achieved, what I have learned, what I have maybe also put out, what progress I made with my different projects, and just look at, okay, the miles a week back, didn't know these things. The miles a week back, didn't know, for example, how to better color grade in Final Cut Pro, how to use the Mother 32 synthesizer in a perfect way. And the miles of today has learned a lot in this week and really improved on this subject. And that actually makes me happy to see, okay, I'm making progress and the progress is definitely there. And this is something that will keep you, and I mean, for me, I can just talk for myself, but it really keeps me motivated, and I think it will motivate you as well. So my key takeaway here is that it's fine to follow others and see what creative outcome they have and what creative projects they tackle. But when it comes to progress, just look at your own progress. Be proud of your own progress and look back at what you already have achieved, and be sure that it will help your creativity in a very positive way. Number 5. Set some goals and, most importantly, have fun. This is actually something I have done for a couple of years now, not only in 2022. Every beginning of the year, I write down a couple of things that I would like to not really achieve, but I would like to do in the following year. And these are no hard numbers like reach 10,000 followers on YouTube or 5,000 streams on Spotify. It's actually more something where I think, hey, this would be really cool to do throughout the year and to get into a little bit more. On this year's list, for example, I had collaborate with other artists, play more live shows, or make a remix. And 2 of these things I have achieved, the first 2. With the third, the remix, I actually haven't done it this year. And the cool thing is, now that I looked at the list, I can see if this point still counts for me, because my mind might have changed from the beginning of the year till now. but it's actually still something I really want to do. So it stays on the list for 2023 as something that I would really like to do throughout the year, remixing someone's music. So at the end of the year, I always look at the list and see what I have already achieved, which makes me happy, what I have not achieved, but I still want to do and leave it on for the next year. And maybe there are also some things that I haven't achieved, but that are not so important for me anymore. So I'll throw them out too. And this year I have a new list every year, and I'm always looking forward at the end of the year to look at it again and see what I actually have achieved, because it's something I not do throughout the year. I just do my thing, but at the end of the year, it's something fun to look at it and see what you've actually done and what might be still open for the next year to tackle. So most importantly, it's about enjoying the process and having a ton of fun of whatever creative projects you're tackling. And yeah, with that being said, I'm wishing you all a great end of the year, a great start to 2023, loads of creativity, and I hope, yeah, that you will be successful with all the creative projects, that you stay healthy, and also, of course, wanted to take the opportunity to thank all of you people who watch my videos, who listen to my music, who comment on these videos, who engage with me, because for me, it really, really, really means a ton, and it keeps me motivated. It keeps me going. I love to exchange with you. And yeah, let's keep that going in 2023. And till then, much love to all of you. Stay creative and a happy new year. Cheers.